Hello, FFA today. I'm at the Small Farms Conference in Orlando, Florida, and here I'm with Mr. Baker. He is running for the 2010 Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Florida. Mr. Baker, can you tell me a little about your family history and how you started off with agriculture?
Sure. Well, thanks for doing the interview with me. This is great. This conference is terrific, full of a lot of small farmers. And of course, in the state of Florida, many of our farms actually are small farmers. They're not necessarily the big farms. So it's sort of neat to talk to those folks. When I was a kid, my father owned a cattle ranch, and I ended up not being in the cattle business. We also owned a gun shop. So I ended up selling guns at the Peterson Gun Shop in Mount Dora, and my daddy eventually sold the cattle ranch, but I worked the ranch. I remember one time we were branding calves, and so it was just neat, and it was a small farm. But growing up also in Lake County, there a little north of Orlando, it was a citrus county at the time. We were nothing but one giant citrus grove, and of course I've seen what the weather can do to agriculture. We had back-to-back freezes in the 80s, and it virtually wiped out all the citrus, and it was devastating to our economy. And so there I was growing up in that community, agriculture community, seeing it devastated by the weather, seeing how it affected the economy, and it's sort of that background that allows me to make decisions on the state level, because I've seen the importance of agriculture, and here in the state of Florida, it's our second largest industry. Very important, and it needs to be strong, and it needs to be profitable for the farmers, especially for the small farmers who are struggling every day. And I'm excited about running for Commissioner of Agriculture. I have a lot of experience. I work with all the agriculture groups in Tallahassee, and I'm currently the budget chairman that oversees the Department of Agriculture's budget. So we're excited. We're talking to the farmers out there. We're working hard. We're excited about the race, and it's great to be here with you, Keaton, and be here with the Small Farmers Conference. And thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
No problem. I have another question for you, though.
Sure.
How do you think the agriculture industry is going to look 5 years from now for the youth that are getting out of high school?
Well, I think there's a lot of great opportunities, plus challenges, but agriculture, I feel, is going to stay strong. Now, we need to take advantage of things. In other words, we have to, in the farming community, ranching community, we need to be innovative, and we need to be creative, and we need to all look 5 years forward, or maybe 10 or 20, and be thinking about where do we want farming and ranching to be in the future. And I think the future's bright for young farmers. Folks like yourself to grow up and get an education, and to either start your own farm or ranch and be profitable and make a living. And it's so important to this country. I mean, just like we ought to be oil independent, well, we ought to be food independent. And it takes hard work as well as the type of American values that you find in the farming community. Those are the values that made America strong. And if we want America to stay strong in the future, we need to keep those values.
Well, thank you, Mr. Baker. It was great talking to you.
Well, same here. Thank you.
Have fun at the rest of the convention.
Oh, I will.